Evening everyone. I think if you watched last night's video, you'll know that October the 10th is World Mental Health Day, and it's been going for some time, and I'm going to be doing lives every night just to let's talk about it, let's talk about mental health. The theme this year is mental health for all, and believe it or not, still even in 2020 I hear people asking the question, what's the point in looking after everybody's mental health? Do we all have mental health? And the answer is yes, we really all do have mental health. And I don't know if you know my story, so back in 2015 I was really unwell with depression. I wasn't coping with anything, I was failing at everything. Life was just bleak and black. But nobody knew. And nobody knew because from the minute I got up in the morning, I would put a smile on my face, get my makeup on, do my hair, get ready for the day, get the kids to school, and that smile would stay there until the end of the day. And it's quite a stereotype to say that people with depression just lay on the couch all day or they can't get out of bed. And as much as that thought crossed my mind, you know, I didn't want to get out of bed, I didn't want to do all the things I had to do. I didn't want to meet my responsibilities as a parent. I didn't want to do anything. I really would like to have stayed in bed. But people are out there going to work. People are out there struggling with their head, inside their head, living in that quite toxic mind, and still working, still parenting, still doing all the things that we all have to do. And they don't tell anybody. So when we talk about mental health for all, we really are talking about everybody, about just spending time understanding your own mental health, because there is no one way fits all. There isn't one way to experience depression, there isn't one way to be healthy. Everybody is unique and their experience of life is unique. So looking after your mental health, your children's mental health, your parents' mental health, your family mental health is really important. So I think it's a really good theme this year. It seems quite broad, but let's get everybody talking. Let's get everybody talking around stigma and what stigma means and how easy we can stigmatise somebody without even knowing it, particularly in maybe an office. I know that as a child, we lived next door to a couple who, looking back now, both of them had some serious mental health issues, but particularly the wife, who did some very bizarre things. But, you know, 40 odd years ago, she was just classed as the crazy woman of the village. And I can see why people, when they talk about different people, when they talk about crazy people, when somebody is struggling with their mental health and you're looking for somebody to trust to reach out, when you see that statement or hear that statement being stated by somebody in work or even on the likes of Facebook and different platforms, that's really scary because you already feel like you're losing it, which I was awful. I thought I had early warning signs of dementia. My memory went, I couldn't remember words. There were things like really weird things that happened to me in terms of claustrophobia. I couldn't have my children sitting on my lap because I felt claustrophobic. I was driving down the road and my peripheral vision went, and that frightened me. But there were loads of very strange things that people don't talk about when it comes to mental health. So all these things, when you're already struggling to understand them yourself, when somebody talks about somebody who's crazy or uses that kind of language, that's a really scary place to be, because you do not want anybody reinforcing that you already feel like that. You already feel like you're completely losing your mind and you have no control over it. And so it's words like that in the workplace, there's words like that on social media. It's surprising how quick a post can take you from being the person that somebody might reach out to the person that they would never reach out to, just by using certain language. And that is a really scary thing. People post things not realising. They post one day that, you know, I'm here for you, my door's always open, have a cuppa, blah blah. and then they might post something the following day that completely knocks somebody's confidence. And when people are struggling, you know, whether this situation has brought about challenges, this whole pandemic has brought about challenges for different people in different ways. So you may now be that person who is looking for somebody, has never needed that support, but is now looking for somebody to reach out to because you don't understand what's going on for you. So we are constantly looking for the right person to say to, I'm struggling. So just be mindful of those things that you are talking about and how you talk about things, and there may be somebody around you that you don't even know that does have a smile on their face every single day, never wavers. They may be your support network, they may be amazing people, but that does not mean that they aren't struggling. So when we talk about mental health for all, we really are looking out for everybody. There could be that person that you have no idea that is struggling, because you won't see any bruises, you won't see anything, any signs, but we keep it all in, we hide it well. So tonight is about a bit of self-care. So let's focus on something that's going to make you laugh and going to make you smile tonight. Just for 5 minutes. If you've got longer, then take longer. Even if it's a funny film or your favourite programme, reading a book, listening to music, or just switching everything off. If it's that, switch everything off. Look after yourselves tonight, and my next video will be tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.